Alright, good evening. Hey Enzo. Welcome in, welcome in. Trying to clear some of the clutter out of the way. Alright, welcome in. I'm Martin Wenzel, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. There we go. And today we are doing World Tour Flight. That's right, 147. We're at Adolfo, Suárez, Madrid, Barajas Airport in Madrid, Spain. We're going to be flying up to Andorra, LESU, Urgell Airport in Montferrer y Castellbò, Spain. So, domestic flight within Spain. We're going to get up there to that Andorra, LESU airport. And then from there, we're going to take the helicopter, land right directly in Andorra. Gonna check that country microstate off of our world tour. So this is Iberia Express flight 8326. It's flown in real life in an ATR-72. I don't have an ATR-72. I do have the community mod, but I couldn't get a good livery for it. So I'm gonna just use the Flybywire A32NX Airbus A320. I'm doing good, Enzo. Just went to the library and I'm a little bit running late here. Just a little bit. Trying to make sure I got that in there. I just want to get an airport map. There. Alright. Let's start getting this plane set up. Hey Limbo Gaming. Got a beautiful handcrafted airport here with the latest world update for Spain. Last flight we actually parked right here at this gate. Very end, I think we landed the runway furthest away from that gate too. Lots of AI traffic here with Alpha Indie Group's traffic mod. We're at gate. We got a gate number? I don't know if we have gate numbers now. No. Yeah. Alright, so let's get the jetway out so we can get on the plane. Oh, you shouldn't need to call customer service. Just uninstall the games. Unless there's games you want to return, but you're only going to be able to return games you've only played for less than 2 hours. Typically within a certain amount of time. But otherwise, you just got to uninstall them. Alright, let's get inside the plane. Alright, we need 4643 for fuel. I mean, you shouldn't have to uninstall all of them unless you have, like, literally the tiniest hard drive ever, because X-Plane's not that big on the hard drive, if I remember. But I don't know how big a hard drive you have, or how many games. You shouldn't need to uninstall all of them, just the ones you're not using. Makes sense. Alright, so we got the fuel coming on board. I'll check my audio here. Boarding music. I don't think we have boarding music. Fuel for all that. Alright. P90. Is the P90 the Pilatus prop plane? Alright, so we got parking brake on, flaps, speed brakes disarmed, ignition normal, master switches off, idle, thrusters. I've flown that once or twice. Gotta be careful when you hit the brakes that you don't put the nose forward into the ground. Alright, landing gear down. Anti-skid nose wheel steering on. I'm just turning up the glare shield brightness because we're going to be taking off probably a little bit after 2:30 at this point, in sim time, for real life flight time, 2:30 in the afternoon. Wipers are off. So battery 1 and 2. External power on. Nav 1, 2, and 3. Do our fire tests. Alright, seatbelts still off. No smoking, auto, and emergency lights armed. And come down here. Set our display brightnesses. We're going to turn them all the way up because we've got a nice afternoon sun flying up to the north of Spain. We have the passengers come on board first. $121 passengers. Nice, start up Pack X, career mode, world tour. I thought it was gonna be. I mean, this flight keeps getting shorter and shorter every different screen I go to. It'll be an hour. I thought this would be a longer flight, so we might actually be able to go fly to Andorra or fly to LESU, fly into Andorra, fly back, then fly all the way back to Madrid, all on this stream or tonight. That'd be kind of nice. Well, I don't know why it keeps going A320. How many passengers do we have? 121. Changes it too for some reason when you. Really weird. We'll do both. Wi-Fi in flight. Boarding music. I don't believe I have anything for Iberian. Nope. You can see passengers coming on board. Now, I wish they came on board in order by rows, opposed to coming back and front. I mean, this plane doesn't have a way to come in the back, so kind of weird on Pack X like that. Alright, so we're going to do our FMS setup. And this is going to stop zooming, would be nice. Flight plan. Alright, so our alternate is Barcelona. Flight number 8326. And before I forget, if you want to track this flight, get it started here. 26, start flight tracking. And here you go. You guys can go to this website, look for IBS 8326, and you can follow along with the flight. Yeah, it's going to be interesting once the 737, PMDG 737 comes out. See how, if I can get back into flying that plane. I mean, I'm going to fly it. But which one I'm going to like, which system I'm going to like better. I mean, that's the system I originally learned my airliner flying on, was the Boeing. But I haven't flown it since X-Plane, since Flight Simulator came out, so I've been flying basically the A320neo since, almost exclusively. The CRJ every once in a while. Let's get our clearance here. It's so weird, like ATC is broken now. Alright, we'll just depart straight out then.
IB REX PRES 8326 with Sierra request taxi for takeoff straight out departure.
Iberia A326 taxi to and hold short of runway 36 left via taxiway Delta Romeo Alpha Zulu Romeo Zulu. Contact tower on 118.908 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 36 left via taxiway Delta Romeo Alpha Zulu Romeo Zulu Iberia 8326.
Alright. So let's get this flight plan in. Suddenly I'm going brain.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Why?
aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure
Kind of
all
forgot how to
lines
do
for
this
your
suddenly.
items are in the overhead
Alright, we need to put an airway in from
items
Pinar.
are
It's going to be 870.
Any trouble or need any
We're going to take that to Vilar.
hesitate to let a flight
Of
attendant
VR.
know, and we would be happy to help you. If the overhead bin is full,
And uniform November 608 for an airway.
please double check
Take that to
all your items
Lima
are put away
Romeo
so that
Delta
the aisle
VOR.
is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats.
Insert.
If you're in an
And then we're gonna go
emergency
direct,
exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities
to
in the
Rebold.
card and the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that we
And then coming
have the time to
into
get out any last-minute text
Lima Echo Sierra
messages.
uniform, we're going to run
Apart from the gate,
plan on
away any
runway
laptops or
3.
tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard.
It looks like I turned off. I had downloaded an airport mod for this, but then I got rid of it, and now I might be regretting that because I'm wondering if they added in the different approaches. I don't know. Runway 3. Yeah, there only is one. There is only RNAV. We'll do that. RNAV. Runway 3. 2 Pisa. Star is going to be Reba. 1 Foxtrot. Then okay, insert. We got our flight plan. Make sure there's no discontinuities. There we go. Looks good. Navigation page. Actually, I'm going to go knit 2 first. Just get my winds right away. Since we do have our sim brief up. Give me -10 means we're going to have a headwind. Put that right here. Headwind 10. And we're going to switch out of the flight plan, go over to Navigraphs. Want to get our final. I just want to get my very weird very weird chart. I guess it's just all RNAV. Yeah, they don't have a VOR, ILS. Yeah, I was thinking like, what the heck? But yeah, it's RNAV, so it's all GPS and visuals. So hopefully you can do that. Don't screw it up.
We're ready to go when you are.
performance calculator. Hey Cassandra Murray, welcome in. Alright, so we already have Pack X ready. Let's get a VAPU going. Starting up the APU.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 8326. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large
Fuel pumps
devices are
on.
now set down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat
Passengers
backs are in
should
full
be on
upright and
board.
locked position for departure. Cabin crew,
Yep,
prepare
there they all
for
are.
departure.
Gonna go init page 2. Fuel prediction. Get our center of gravity 23.5. Fuel planning 4.6 we have on board. 4.6 thousand. Total takeoff weight, or takeoff weight. Headwind. Bring up the calculator. Put in our codes. We're taking off Lima Echo Mike Delta. 36 left once we get this airport information. Awesome, 19th adoption anniversary. Well, congratulations. Cruising 36,000 feet. Flight level 360. I got winds 60 at 2 knots. Outside temperature is 12 degrees Celsius. UNH is 1021. Anti-ice off. Takeoff weight 59.5. Center of gravity is less than 27, so it's forward. AC on. Calculate. Alright, so our V1 is going to be 145. You see we can get much higher speed before we need to rotate because we are much lighter than typical, because we only have 121 passengers. Transition is... $13,000 feet. I knew it was something weird. 13,000 feet. Thrust reduction 2985. Flex takeoff temperature 66. Flaps 1. Alright. That's all we need there. UNH is 1021. Turn on the beacon light. Predictive wind shear weather radar. We are ready for pushback.
Hola, les damos la bienvenida a este vuelo de Iberia en nuestro nombre y en el de Madrid. Antes de despegar, tenemos que darles unas instrucciones de seguridad. Es importante que presten atención. Durante el despegue y aterrizaje, los dispositivos electrónicos deberán permanecer desenchufados y en modo avión. Recuerden que este avión dispone de conexión Wi-Fi y que podrán utilizarla sin restricciones, manteniendo el modo avión desde el momento de cierre de puertas y hasta su salida del avión, salvo que la tripulación les indique lo contrario.
During takeoff and landing, please unplug your electronic device and set it to flight mode. This aircraft has a Wi-Fi connection, which you can use in flight mode from the moment the doors are closed and until you leave the aircraft.
Si han traído equipaje de mano, por favor, colóquenlo en los compartimentos situados encima de sus butacas o debajo de sus asientos delanteros, dejando despejados los pasillos y salidas de emergencia. Durante el despegue y aterrizaje, compruebe que su mesa está cerrada, el asiento en posición vertical con el reposabrazos bajado, el reposapiés plegado, el cinturón de seguridad abrochado y la cortinilla de su ventana abierta.
Please place your hand baggage in the overhead locker or under the seat in front of you, making sure not to block the aisle or emergency exits. During takeoff and landing, please check that your table is folded away, your seat is in the upright position with the armrest down, your footrest is folded away, your seatbelt is fastened, and the window blind is open.
Por su
Starting
seguridad,
engine 1.
les recomendamos que mantengan su cinturón abrochado y visible durante todo el vuelo. Y siempre que la señal luminosa lo indique. Para abrocharlo, inserten la trabilla en su enganche correspondiente. Para soltarlo, simplemente levanten la lengüeta del enganche.
Keep your seatbelt fastened and visible during the flight and whenever the seatbelt sign is on. To fasten the seatbelt, insert the tag into the buckle. To unfasten, simply lift up the flap on the buckle. This aircraft has 10 doors, all marked exit. In the unlikely event of having to use the evacuation slides, follow the lighted path. Leave all baggage behind and remove high-heeled shoes.
Este avión tiene 10 puertas de salida señalizadas con la palabra Exit. En el caso de tener que usar las rampas de evacuación, siga la senda luminosa. Deje todo su equipaje y quítese los zapatos de tacón. Debajo de sus asientos encontrarán un chaleco salvavidas. Sáquenlo de la bolsa y para ponérselo, introduzcan la cabeza por la abertura y pasen la cinta de atado por detrás de su cintura, enganchando la fijación de la hebilla de un extremo a otro y tirando de la cinta para ajustárselo.
Right, engines are on, so APU can come off. Turn off runway turn off lights, taxi lights on.
Y recuerden, nunca deben inflar el chaleco dentro del avión.
You will find a life
Speed
jacket
brakes
under your
arm.
seat. To put it on, place it over your head, pass the tapes around your waist, and make sure that all fasteners are secure.
Flaps to take off
Pull on the
position.
tapes to adjust. To inflate the jacket, pull firmly on the red toggle or blow into the mouthpiece. And remember, only inflate the jacket when you leave the aircraft.
En caso de despresurización de la cabina, se abrirá automáticamente un compartimento sobre sus asientos, que contiene máscaras de oxígeno.
Right,
Tire de
we've
la
already
suya,
cleared the
colóquela
taxi.
sobre su nariz y boca, y respire con normalidad. Después, preste ayuda a quien pueda depender de usted.
In the event of loss of cabin pressure, a compartment above your head will open and
Okay, so
oxygen
chronometer
masks will drop
started.
down. Pull on your mask,
Parking brake
place
released.
it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Make sure your own mask
Get our
is
taxi.
correctly fitted before helping anyone else.
Recuerden que para evitar poner en peligro la seguridad de este vuelo, no está permitido fumar o usar dispositivos que liberen nicotina en ningún caso.
Smoking and the use of devices that release nicotine are not permitted.
Y no olviden que tienen más información en las instrucciones de seguridad que encontrarán en la bolsa delantera de sus asientos, como las vías de evacuación, el uso de máscaras de oxígeno, chalecos salvavidas o la posición que deberán adoptar en caso de emergencia. Además, tengan siempre en cuenta las señales y demás elementos informativos.
The literature pocket in front of you contains more information on safety instructions, such as the escape routes, the use of oxygen masks and life jackets, and the position to take in an emergency. In addition, always take notice of any signs and other information elements. Thank you very much for your attention.
Esperamos que disfruten de un feliz vuelo. Haremos todo lo posible para que así sea.
Rudder pedals are fighting me. There we go. tiller is being a pain in the butt. That's why we're getting a little goofy taxi. Alright, I think we're good now. Check our flight controls. Hey Jefferson. Welcome in. Taxiing runway 36 left at Madrid's International Airport. Madrid, Spain. Now I wish my Spanish was better. Ah, Portuguese. A little bit different. Uh-oh. Wait, this does take me.
Barajas Tower
Okay.
Iberia PRS 8326 at runway 36 left ready for departure, departing straight out.
Iberia Spurs A326 QNH tree 0.15 wind 060 at tree. Straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 36 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 36 left Iberia Spurs 8326.
Glad to have you in CW. Yep, just in time for takeoff. Beautiful airport here in Madrid. Lots of planes taking off and landing. I saw a bunch of planes. Yeah, I can see them over there. But we don't have to wait. Knot winds. Oh, Sydney to Wellington. Yeah, that's a good flight. I think I've done that one. Maybe I went to the Gold Coast from Wellington. Positive rate, gear up. Autopilot engaged.
Iberia Spurs A326 leading my airspace frequency change approved.
Barajas Tower Iberia PRS 8326 frequency change. Madrid approach Iberia PRS 8326 is type Airbus A20N 5 miles north of Barajas 3,500 feet. Request flight following.
Iberia Spurs 8326 Madrid approach. Squawk 0315. Europa 1516 you are 16 miles southeast of Barajas. Contact Barajas Tower on 118.908 when inbound on the approach.
Squawk 0315 Iberia Spurs 8326.
I think those big giant tower I wonder if those towers are actually supposed to be there.
Contact 6 miles south of Lima
I don't know.
Echo, Sierra X-ray
Sometimes you get like
5,000
some
feet. QNH tree 0.15. Tower on 118.5.
Sometimes you get weird ghost towers like that that aren't supposed to be there. Though I think those are supposed to be there though. That's Madrid off in the distance, kind of spawning out. The limitations of computers still.
Madrid approach on 127.505. Good day.
Do it in the CRJ 900, not wait for the PMDG 737. Yep, it's gonna be the 737 700 this weekend, I believe. And then, thanks for the follow, Texas Boy 2021. Thank you very much. That's still something I gotta do. I gotta update my like follow animation or whatever. But thanks for the follow. Thank you very much.
Iber Express 8326 contact Madrid Center on 118.275. Good day.
118.275 Iber Express 8326.
Alright, over 10,000 feet. Turn off the seatbelt signs and the lights.
610,600 feet.
Iber Express 8326 Madrid, Center QNH tree 0.15. Continue as planned. Pioneer 7041 traffic is 10 o'clock 3 miles at 11,000 feet EMB 195. Report them in sight. Madrid Center, dwelling tree 416, 5,000 feet.
Alright, just joining in, we are flying from Madrid up to, let me see if I get this right, LESU de Gel Airport, up in LESU de Gel, near the Andorra border.
Madrid Center, Nostro
And then we're gonna hop into a helicopter and fly into Andorra, land in there, check that off of our list of countries to see. We're currently doing a world tour, flying into every country and territory in the world via real commercial flights. This flight in real life is flown with an ATR-72, but I don't have a really good ATR-72 or the proper livery for this flight, so doing it in the Airbus A320. As I said, next flight, next stream, for you guys on Twitch, we'll go to intermission. On YouTube, I'll give you the link for the next stream. I know it's actually gonna get a little bit easier, I think. Or I have to learn how to do this, as I can just push you over to another stream right away without you guys having to click a link or anything or something. I don't know.
Madrid Center,
I know they added something on YouTube Live that's similar to rating on Twitch now.
To transition Charlie airspace.
But anyway, I'll give you guys the link for the next stream, which will be us hopping in the helicopter, flying over to Andorra itself, landing somewhere there. Yep.
Cleared through Charlie airspace.
We'll fly around Andorra,
326.
kind of do some sightseeing. We'll land somewhere, or I'll try to land somewhere. It'll be ugly, because I'm not very good at landing the helicopter. We'll fly back to LESU Airport, and then we might be able to, tonight, before midnight, might be able to get a flight back from LESU Airport back to Madrid, and that will set us up nicely for next time I'll be able to stream, which will be Tuesday next week. So we're gonna have a little bit of some time off, just the way my work schedule works. Once we do that, I think I'm trying to see, where are we going? Once we do that, we're gonna go from Madrid up to Luxembourg. So we're gonna revisit Luxembourg, and from Luxembourg we're gonna fly back down into Italy and set up for a small plane flight. We're not going to be doing a helicopter, but we're going to get a small plane and do fly into San Marino. Yeah, I could fly it also, but it's I'm not great at doing very skilled things or landing it. But it's kind of necessary kind of necessary for flying into places like Andorra because there's no runway there. There's nowhere. There's literally no. I can't even land like on the grass somewhere. There's just not enough space there. I'd rather fly a prop plane in there, but I don't think there's anywhere I could like safely land it on the grass. But San Marino does have like a small little private airport that we can fly into, so we'll do that. And same thing with Liechtenstein. Currently planning on doing a helicopter for that one because there are no airports, but I might be able to. Might be able to take like an X-Cub and do like a grass landing somewhere. So if we can do that, that'd be better. Not as disastrous a landing. Hey, why are we not climbing? Because I'm not sure why it's waited until about 24,000 feet to pick up speed at our cruise speed, 290. Usually it does that once we hit 10,000. Yeah, of all the microstates, basically, yeah, like the 5 microstates we're flying into, Vatican is the smallest, then I think it's Monaco, I think San Marino might be the 3rd smallest, but again, that one has an airport even, so it's a little bit more space, and then Andorra and Liechtenstein are a little bit bigger, multiple villages, but yeah, Vatican and Monaco are literally just one. I mean, the Vatican is like probably a few blocks worth of area, and then Monaco is, yeah, it's just one city, right there on the coast. So yeah, we got some interesting. Go here. Yeah, we got some interesting flights in store here. So as I said, we might be able to fly back to Madrid tonight, and that would mean next time we'll fly up to Luxembourg and then fly into Italy, and possibly be able to do that flight around San Marino. And then out of Italy, we're going to fly up to Austria, then into Switzerland, and then that will set up our flight into Liechtenstein. So, knocking out the microstates. Once we get past Liechtenstein, we're going to fly up to England, fly up to Heathrow, and then we're going to take a long flight down to Gibraltar. So, technically not a microstate, but a little territory, part of the British Empire. And once we do that, we'll fly back up to Gatwick, across the Irish Sea, knock off Ireland, up to Iceland, Faroe Islands, Greenland, and soon enough we'll be, I'm guessing by June we'll be over in the Americas. We'll be landing in Canada, Montreal.
approach on 136.105. Good day.
Good.
Eurowings 5904 traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 14,000 feet, Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Egypt Air 753 traffic is 3 o'clock, 4 miles at 12,800 feet, Airbus A319. Report them in sight. Lot 4 tree.
starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
Fortnite God!
Old man.
Oh, that scared me.
No, don't touch that!
Man, you got a lot of diapers really quick there, just for following. Thanks for the follow, Fortnite God. I need to set some more sounds up that you guys can redeem. You can also redeem some sounds with bits, if you want.
Emotional damage! I'm waiting, old man.
Alright, so we are already getting pretty close. You know what I almost want to do, I wish I had a little bit longer here because I kind of want to find... Let me see. Now I'm blanking what I want to do. I almost want to change the, like, kind of fly from LESU over to Barcelona instead, and then, but probably not. Too much work. That requires me having to completely reset things up. Hey, Sean. Yep, doing well, doing well. Thank you. Yeah, day off. Day off tonight, and then let's see. I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So five nights in a row. So we'll be back streaming on Tuesday night, and depending on how things go, Tuesday night we should be already. Tonight we should be able to get back to Madrid. We'll see. If not, we'll start Tuesday night flying back to Madrid and then up to Luxembourg. But if we can sneak one more flight in, because I didn't realize this flight to LESU was going to be so short. So we actually might be able to get three legs of this world tour in tonight. And keep this thing really pushing along. Moving pretty quick, actually. Let's for. I'm just absolutely blanking what I wanted to do. Oh. All the time. Yeah, I haven't heard either. It's basically it's a small, I mean, it's not a huge airport or anything, but it's, I mean, you can see the name of the airport is Andorra LESU, Duagel Airport.
Europa 1063 traffic is 10 o'clock.
And so it's actually the airport. You know, it serves the city of LESU Duagel in Spain, but it also serves Andorra, the microstate, the country of Andorra. Because Andorra itself does not have its own airport because it's a small little tiny country within a mountain valley, and so you really don't have room for international airport or anything.
Europa 1063, have the Airbus A321 in sight.
Going to 119er decimal for 5 Ibrixvers 8326. Barcelona Center Iberia PRS 8326 flight level 360.
Ibrixvers 8326 Barcelona Center, continue as planned.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to pop it over onto the actual screen.
Report them in sight.
We're going to start descending to 10,000 feet. Seatbelt signs on. Yeah, so Andorra is going to be over there, within those mountains, in the Pyrenees, between France and Andorra, or France and Spain. And while we're descending, I need to step away for a second. So, camera's going to go away again, but hopefully I'm back before we get to 10,000 feet.
Edelweiss 200 traffic in sight. .275 for Edelweiss 200.
Barcelona Center Iberia PRS 8326. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Iberia first 8326 Barcelona Center. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace Iberia first 8326.
Alright, just crossed 18,000 feet. And we are en route to Lima Romeo Delta. Okay, that's the VOR for Lleida, Spain. And once we get to Rebol, we need to be above 10,000 feet at Rebol, which is the next waypoint. So that's why I'm targeting 10,000. It's always good to, at least if we don't have in-game ATC or we're not on VATSIM, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to try to do that tonight. No promises, but try to get a VATSIM set up. That way, at least when we're in an area where there is VATSIM coverage. There is no coverage right in this area anyway, so you know, the time of day. Problem is, I do all my world tour flights. Once we get over to America, maybe the time of day will fit nicely. We'll be able to get some VATSIM coverage. Hey Martin, or hey Martin. Say hey to myself. Hey Enzo. I was reading your message and then trying to say hey to you. So there's right there. That's Lleida. I'm gonna type it in there. See, there's the city, Lleida, Spain, that we're coming up on our approach. As I said, we're going to be flying into the Pyrenees with our helicopter. I Martin. Yeah, that too. You said I Martin. That kind of confused me. Nah, I knew what you were saying. Alright, while we're descending, we've got to enter our destination data. Back here, ATSU, AOC menu, received messages. The MEDAR, printed out. Performance. Approach. Got a little rudder trim going on. A little rudder trim action. What's going on with our winds? Not a ton of wind, so I don't know what's going on with the rudder. I don't know if my rudder pedals are off or something. That's causing the plane to want to trim. I don't know. Or to make the turn better, probably. Alright, QNH 1015. Temperature 11. Winds are 210 at 3 knots. Looking at those winds, I feel like we need to come in the other direction on the runway. Let me see.
Barcelona approach Iberia PRS 8326 11,200.
No data. Cool. Transition altitude 8,000 feet, and yeah, we're gonna be kind of coming over some mountains coming in here, so we're gonna have to watch the altitude and everything. The airport is actually, I want to say it's actually a pretty, well, not that high, 2,630 feet, kind of in the valley a little bit. Our minimum on the approach going to be 4750. That's over 2,000 feet above the runway, but that's because it's an RNAV approach, not a ILS or VOR. I never know. I don't know exactly what you're supposed to put in. I usually just put in 0 and then the speed. That the wind direction is important because you want to be landing so the wind's coming. You want to be landing that the wind is coming at your plane. You don't want the wind blowing behind you, pushing you. You don't want a tailwind. You want a headwind. You want the wind coming at you. Obviously, you're not always going to have the wind coming at you. It's going to be off to this angle, maybe that angle. Maybe it's a crosswind, but you don't want it behind you if you can. And airports, that's usually how their runways are going to be opened. That's as far as I understand it. But yeah, I don't know what to put in for variable.
119 decimal for 5 Ibex for 8326.
It's already at
Center IBEREX PRES 832 610,000 feet.
It's already at 10,000 feet. I'm just looking to see if there's any minimums. See here it says 8,000 feet. That's a minimum. Sierra Uniform 17 Sierra. We need to be at 7,300 feet. Kind of a capture here. You can kind of see the descent there, 4.4 degrees. Usually it's a 3-degree descent. Here it's a little bit steeper because probably terrain issues. So right here we're at 7,300, 7,000 right there. And then we're going to have a steep descent into 06, it looks like, or into 04. That's our minimum. So we are now making turn to Ibiza, so I'm going to get down to 8,000 feet. And we'll call in here for a landing. Where's our airport? Quite a few airports here. Little small ones, I'm guessing. There it is. Seo Deirgel. Select runway for landing. Runway 3.
Lima Echo Sierra Uniform traffic.
Probably should, considering the wind, we should really be landing at runway 21 exactly. But I'm already set up for this one, and the winds aren't that high anyway. But typically, you can see the magnets. The direction is 21 or 210, which would be blowing towards you as you're coming down runway 21. It's actually going to be an exact tailwind on us, but it's a 3 knot, not a big deal. To St. Helena, like the island. I think I did. I think it was St. Helena. Yeah, I flew to St. Helena. Not much there. I think I had to download a mod to even just get the runway there. But yeah, I flew to St. Helena, ticked that off. Trying to think where I flew from. I think I flew from Nambia or something out there and then back. That was kind of an interesting flight to kind of break up, flying around Africa, fly out to there and knock that one off. St. Helena and the Ascensions. So yep, been out there. If you stick around until the end of the stream, yeah, I'll show you on the World Tour map. There's going to be a few places I don't know how I'm going to get to them because there are no real life flights to them. They're in fact not even airports or helipads or anything on the place. Like I think like the Gilbert and the Sandwich Islands. It's like the closest flight would take like 5-6 hours for me to get there. And I think that's if I'm in an A320. And there's no airport for me to land an A320, so I could do a smaller plane to that island, but then it's going to take me forever to get there. And so it's just kind of a, what am I going to do with that? What's our... Who flies the P90? I saw that some... I think there's a few countries that fly that, and I'm not sure. I can't remember who now. I'm gonna start slowing, getting the speed down a little bit, just because we're gonna be kind of going a little bit steep on descents. I need to be 7,300. Yep, so we're flying right into the Pyrenees, and we're just gonna fly deeper and deeper in with the helicopter into Andorra. Pero. Is that Bhutan? The hardest one in the world, I think, right? There's only like 4 or 5 pilots. People overblow that a little bit because it's like, oh, there's only... I mean, there are only 5 or 6 pilots that are certified to land there. But that's because most pilots aren't flying there, so they're not certified to land there. But there are only 5 or 6 A320 pilots, and I believe they fly... It's either Druk Air or it's Bhutan. I made liveries for both for those airlines back in X-Plane because no one had that livery, and so I had to make them myself. Because when I was doing my world tour in X-Plane, and yeah, I flew into Pero. You had to do all the turns right at the certain places as you're coming into the mountains. Did not land it. I kind of shot too far to the right as I came to the runway. Now I think if I would do it, I think when we do it here in Flight Simulator, I should be better at it. Of course, I'll have to make sure I do enough studying up and I'm prepared, but I'm a little bit more confident, and especially since we'll be flying the correct plane as well. I was flying the Boeing 737, which shouldn't make a huge difference, but that was still early on in my flight experience, in flight simming experience, so I was very happy that I got to the runway at all, but I did kind of crash. Once I got to the runway, I just kind of missed, and what I should have done is just gone around. I mean, it was kind of like trying to get it on the ground.
2,500.
But I kind of missed, right at the end messed up the approach, and what I should have done is just powered, go around, try the whole thing again, come in and do it.
2,500.
Cabin check. Spoilers armed. Brake. Alright, gotta pay attention here. Alright, Sierra Uniform 09 Sierra coming up. Be at 7,000 feet. We're gonna capture... Actually, is there a... What's going off? Can I... No way I can... Yeah, I need like a distance to the airport. But I don't have that. Weird. I guess I do have all the waypoints. Okay, so you can see right here, 5,600 will be our next step, basically. I'm actually going to go down to our minimum. I'm going to put our minimum in, which is 4,700. Once we hit our minimum, I will take it in by hand. Where is the airport? Yeah, where is it? Is that it? Oh, there it is. Yep, haven't done Tegucigalpa or whatever. I'm not saying that right. I know I'm not saying it right at all. I don't know if I'm gonna ever fly into there, at least on this world tour. I could look once a little bit later, but oh jeez, I need to slow down. Yeah, we're gonna have a little trouble here because I'm not paying attention and worried more about descending, but not actually getting the plane slowed down. Landing gear out. We're definitely a little bit high here.
$2,500.
I might have to do a
100 above. 2,500.
Probably gonna have to do a go around. Oh yeah, we're never gonna be able to land this. I said we need to get our speed down, and then I kind of got distracted. Yeah, we're way too high. We're gonna go around here. Yaida. Okay. Thank you for that. Yaida. I knew I wasn't saying it right. No idea how to see. I didn't look up how to see it though. Alright, we're doing a go around here. Gonna head back to Pisa. $194.
I'm waiting, old man.
Why did it turn so far? Oh, I did that. I turned too far. What the heck was that? Alright, RNAV, da-da-da. Why can't I insert those points? I know I can. Alright, so I want to insert Upisa. where we should be headed now. There we go. Alright, so direct to Pisa, and we'll attempt that approach again. I didn't slow down. I definitely just did not slow down fast enough. I thought I did, and then, oops. When you do a go around, just bring up your landing gear. Immediately. Oh yeah, Quito? Yeah, I'm looking forward to South America. It's going to be pretty fun. You know, Central South America, interesting approaches. I mean, everywhere I've been, or a lot of places I've been, I've had some interesting approaches. But I know South America is going to have some more. Asia definitely has some pretty interesting ones. Like I said, like Paro, Kathmandu. Many of those island nations that we're going to fly out to. So it's going to be pretty cool. Right now we're flying over. Got this nice little river we're flying over right now. Let's see what that is. That is the Segre River. Probably saying that wrong. I was wondering if that takes us into Andorra, but it doesn't. Yeah, literally where we're landing is, you know, basically, if you just look straight down the runway as we're landing, we're gonna be looking at Andorra. Hey, Hendrik. We're just doing a go around here. So, that's what's happening. SU-09 Sierra. SU-06 Sierra. And SU-04 Sierra, but I don't think it's going to have the minimums now. I'm not sure how I can put those in. Maybe I come over here and do it? It's got something there. Alright, cool. It's already taken us back to that next waypoint, which I think is gonna be able to get us there on this turn. There we go. It's going to 9. At that point, we need to be at 7,000 feet, so we're going to start descending. Why can't I descend? My flight directors are off, that's why. Guessing. Get that speed down. Yep, Kaitak was pretty. I never did that landing. Basically anything where you gotta, I think you have a late turn right before the runway, that's always a little hard because you gotta make that turn. If you overshoot, that's what I did when I was doing my Paro landing. I got someone else landing here right ahead of us. If you overshoot it, or no, they're not landing ahead of us, I don't know what they're doing. Swiss. But yeah, if you overshoot your turn, you're gonna have a hard time. And that's what I did at Paro. I overshot my last turn, and so I was too far to the right from the runway, and so then I was panicking trying to get back, and instead of just doing a go around like I did here, I tried to get it on the runway and just ran out of time. Alright, so we're going to go down to 4,700 feet is going to be our minimum. Hey, Hendrik. What's up? get another. That's a pretty cool river running through the mountains there. Hey, Bulldog. Yep, Switzerland did not get invaded in World War II. Hasn't been. I'm trying to think the last time Switzerland was invaded. It was probably last time was probably during when they were setting up Switzerland, like time of John Calvin, Zwingli, all those guys. Setting up the Free Republic or whatever it is. I don't know it that well, but yeah, it's been quite a while since Switzerland has been involved directly. Performance, activate approach, confirmed. We're coming up on 6-0. We need to be max 130 knots. I missed that one too, that we had a max speed right there. We need to be about 5,600 feet, which we are, so we're good altitude as well. He probably did. But I don't think he ever took it over completely. But we can check that. We're going to be flying back to Switzerland soon anyway, so might have time to kind of look into that more. Oh, it did. Yeah, Napoleon invaded. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, so it really hasn't been... Basically hasn't been invaded since Napoleon.
Minimum.
Wait, minimums.
2,500.
Now it's kind of hard because we don't. Yeah, we have no. With RNAV, you only have. It's GPS. So you have your heading, kind of like a localizer. It's basically the same concept almost, I would guess. But you don't have that. Same with VOR. VOR, IL, localizer, and RNAV basically do the same concept where it gets you lined up with the runway, even though I didn't feel very lined up with this runway. But then you're still kind of on the hook for your descent. Making sure we got everything we need. Get a little bit too far to the left.
$1,000.
Coming in a little fast. It's still coming in a little fast. Holy cow.
500, 400, 300, 100. Retard. 5.
Oh, I bounced it. Man. That's a short runway also. A short runway. I was surprised, like, when he said retard, I was like, whoa! I was not prepared for that.
The local time is 3:33 p.m. and it's currently about
How short is this runway? I didn't actually look at that. Yeah, it's only 4,000 feet, 1,267 meters. So it's a short runway. Which is why when I was coming in, it was like, I'm going a little too fast. But just couldn't get that speed down for some reason. Alright, so we gotta double back to the... forgot to hit the replay on that one. Oh well. Yeah. We kind of bounced there. Definitely bounced that landing. I've been bouncing all my landings lately. I don't know what it is. I had a good string. I was doing very well, like, you know, 100 to 200 feet per minute, and then I just got on a string of where I was like hitting everything above 300, and now lately I'm hitting everything above 300 and bouncing. I don't know what changed, what I'm getting wrong. Yesterday I turned my Lego 737 into a private Tu-154. Is that like a actual set or something, or? I can't even use the excuse that we're Ryanair on this flight. It kind of sucks. Unfortunately, I don't... Well, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't have to land at this airport again because, well, next time we land at this airport, I'm going to be struggling to land a helicopter, so we're not going to have good landing at this airport either time. Fortunately. Well, we'll see how bad it was. I don't think it was terrible, but I prefer not to bounce and do all that, but... Okay, people believe we do have external power. I think. Bring down the engines. Beacon light off. No, I did have the add-on for it, but I was reading some of the comments on the mod, and there was some talk of there being a crashed desktop, an invisible wall, or like an invisible object blocking the pathway between the runway and the apron and the taxiway. So I was like, and it adds in, like, the add-on adds in a few stripes, adds in a few buildings, but nothing really custom. So I was like, okay, it's not worth risking a crashed desktop and everything. I'll just take it out, and it's still decent enough. Alright, passengers. Those passengers are going to start deboarding. Some stairs? Maybe? Unfortunate thing is you can never seem to get stairs at these airports. In fact, I mean, looking at it, it's like I don't even think... I'm wondering when that... I have to look when that custom airport came out, because it might have been out before they did the Spain update, because this looks pretty decent. It's got a lot of markings and everything. Probably should be parked in a little bit closer. Alright, passengers already boarding. While they are doing that, we're gonna go out here. We're gonna do our kind of post-mortem, as I think Creepy Kirk said last time. Oh, I think it was when we were on Ryanair. Post-mortem. Let's plant that up. And review our flight. First person to arrive here today. Ooh, not a great landing rate right there. Nope, that was a hard landing. Yeah, complete with a go-around. Kind of thumped it. It's an hour flight, so we might be able to fly back to Madrid after our helicopter flight tonight. We'll see how it goes. And give you guys a look at our world tour map for anyone new, or just kind of keep you updated where we've been. Don't have to add anything because Spain to Spain, but cool to look at. Go. And so we're going to hop in the helicopter to fly to our little Andorra right there. And one last thing, we'll get a X, check it out. All the passengers as quickly as they can getting off the plane. Hey Enzo. Somewhat tired. Gonna go right here, we're gonna end the flight. Extreme flying conditions, yeah, I think so. Landing rate, not that great. Flying was a little extreme, but they're still telling their friends about the aircraft. Now, does that mean they're telling, or the airline, is that something good or something bad? And this is gonna be fun leaving the aircraft. It's not too hard, I mean, to fly. I just fly it. It's, you kind of just got to play with it. You use the throttle to go up and down, obviously, the stick, you know, turn. Your rudders are gonna spin you around, and yeah, it's a lot of just experimental. I've never looked into like exactly how you do everything, and you know, that's why my landings are a little bit of a adventure. All right, so we're gonna go to intermission screen for you guys on Twitch while I set up the next flight. Shouldn't take too long because just gotta hop the helicopter in. And for you guys on YouTube, I'm gonna right now grab the link to that stream. That way we can have a nice self-contained helicopter flight up to Andorra. And I'll have that go live as soon as just about ready to go, so it's not just sitting there. Share. Alright, so there's the link to the next stream. Alright, so I'm gonna say by 9:30 we should be going. We'll be in the helicopter here at LESU du Urgell Airport, and we're gonna take the helicopter over to Andorra. We'll find somewhere to land. We'll fly up and down a little bit the valley of Andorra. It's not a ton of room, and we'll see if there's
emotional damage.
Alright. Okay, so thanks for coming along in this flight. And we're gonna go to the intermission screen, and the stream will end for you guys on YouTube, but just go over to that link. You guys can chat in there, and we will go live about 9:30. Alright? See you then.